revision video for your paper 3. Okay, so paper 3 for this exam will consist of only spreadsheet only, right? So no any web authoring. So we see how the question will be. So you will have two spreadsheet question to do, like we're going to use the Microsoft Excel to answer the question. So for example, this is one of the question, right? So usually they will give us like a CSV file we have to open. Okay, so let's say during exam time we have a source file, you open it, okay, then the CSV file will open in Excel, right? Okay, so for spreadsheet or any question, right, for the practical, right, try to follow from A to Z. So if the first task they asking to do the certain thing, right, so don't skip or don't skip the steps. Try to follow exactly what they're saying. So for example, this one we open ready, then they ask you to insert the edited by name and then your class name, so name and class name followed by a space today and then the date. Okay, so everything should be in a right align header. So we are going to insert the header. So insert the header. So here we insert the header. So they say right align, right, so everything should be in a right align. So then put the class for example, and then the current date is here, date or time follow the question. So here they say that current automated date, right? So automated date means the current data, so use the current date, so must have a space, right? So here, so with that we are done with the header. So what we do, we change back to the normal view, so easy for us to continue the question. Okay, don't keep doing the work based on this one, because we already done the header, right? So just change it. We can check the header when we want to print our work, right? Then we can preview the header whether it's coming out or not. Okay, then we have to save this file as a Excel workbook. Okay, so here same folder, when we open is a CSV file, now we have to change it to the Excel workbook, and then follow the question. Okay, so if the question they ask you to put N20 here, so we follow the same thing, name also we put the same thing. Okay, then we save it. Okay, now the workbook saves. Sometimes if we don't save the workbook, right, sometimes the functions, some CSV doesn't works exactly like a workbook, so you might see some errors. So try to make sure follow the step. So once we are done, for example this one done, okay, I just cross it up. Okay, now I go for next one. So here is about formatting. So formatting also same, so we follow the same thing. So two new rows at the top of the spreadsheet, so you have to add two new rows. So I click on that one, so because I want to add above the one, right, so I click on the one and then insert one and then insert one more time, so two rows on the top. Okay, and then merge the A1 to M1. Okay, so A1 is here, M1 is here, so from A1 to M1. Okay, so I have to merge the cell, so merge already, and then insert the text. Okay, this text, right, so this one should be in the first row. Okay, so everything if you follow this step by step task, right, so it will be easy for us to complete. Okay, so you won't make any mistakes, and then this is the main part, formatting. Okay, for sure every question paper 3 spreadsheet will have a formatting part, so where we have to follow exactly regarding the line, right. Okay, so this one the lines in the formatting, right, it no need to follow, because why, this one they want to show us the display, and then they didn't mention that should contain a text box or border or grid line for the table, so it didn't specify, means we don't need to do. Okay, and then when printing time, if they ask us to show, okay, formula like that, then we can put the grid line, so we can add the grid line during the print time. Okay, and then the normal showing the value one, right, if they didn't ask, you don't need to mention. So the line in the Excel, right, you don't go simply put the borders, just follow the question. If they request, then you do. If they don't request, only for the formula printing, you can put the line. For the value one, you don't need to put the borders. Okay, the grid line. Okay, so now here they say that A1 to M1 is 24 point text and then dark blue background. So 24 point means, so it's a 24 font size. Okay, and then if you see here, the fonts all look like Arial, right. So what we do, so we make it everything into the Arial. This one is like additional only. If you think that no need to do also can, but we follow because sometimes each Excel workbook might have a different fonting, right? So what we do, we better change it to Arial. Okay, and then they say dark blue background. Okay, sorry, dark blue background. Okay, and then the font should be white color. Okay. Then the font should be white color. Okay, this one done. Okay, and then the merge the cells in the row 3 and then 18 size and then light gray background. So here we can see that the this one, right, income should be merged from planned sale to the total, and then expenditure wages to total, profit or loss figure indicator. So we follow exactly the same thing, so this one should be merged, and then here also, and then this one also. Okay, so the row 3 must have the 18 font size, 18, and then the background should be light gray. Okay, so this one formatting, so far we have done this one, and then also the font, if you see, all bolted, and then also look for the alignment, if whether it's like a left or right align, so everything you have to follow. Make sure your Excel workbook similar to the question paper given, then everything should be fine. So this one all bolted, this one also bolted, and then if you see that the column is not enough of size, right, so we double click here, then it will fit. So here same also, plant sales, okay, landscaping, okay, wall garden total, okay, and then materials. So we just double click on the line of the column, so you can see it can be fit to the column. Okay, so now we see everything fit, so no any express spaces. And then if you see F and then K, they have been shrink in the signs, so also we have to follow. So F and then K, so it should be small size, and then the months all should be left aligned, and then I think, okay, value all also should be left aligned. So if you see here, all left aligned, right, all done. Okay, so before we proceed, because you see it's 13 mark, right, so just have to do the formatting, you have a 13 mark, so don't make any silly mistakes, just double check everything we follow. Don't do extra things like the table border, all right, as I mentioned, so don't do unless they have mentioned. They didn't mention drawing border, so we need to do also. Okay, this one done. So now next thing will be that inside the calculating the total income for the January, total expenditure. Okay, and then, okay, you have to see cell 5, you have to calculate the profit, income, and then loss. Okay, so it's like quite easy, right? So we just have to do the calculations part. So here we have to do the sum means we plus everything, right? So plus everything for the sales to the wall garden or everything, so all the income. So we do it here, and then we double click here, normally it will, okay, show do until the bottom one. Okay, this one done. Okay, then same thing goes here, it's like sum for the total expenditure. So expenditures, they have 3 values, right, so we add these 3 things, enter, and then this one also we applicate, so we will have until the bottom. Okay, so now then figure means the profit and loss, they say that, okay, profit is equal to income minus the expenditure, okay, in the L5, right. So the L5 we have to calculate, okay, you put the equal symbol, okay, so total income minus total sales, done. So this is the answer here. Okay, and then we do it until the bottom. Okay, so make sure like the formatting, right, also we have to check whether they have like a formatting like a double symbol or currency or, so this one, okay, since it's all value, right, okay, so if they ask to apply the format, right, okay, so we have to format. So here let's say format all the currency values to decimal places. Okay, So we do this one. I just skip, not skipping. I just showing that the decimal places, right? Okay. So here we have to format the all the data, right? So here from until to here. So we go for the format cell. So this one all will be under currency. Okay, and then two decimal places. Okay. So and then for normally we use the okay like for example US, okay, like that. For example, dollar symbol are better because we're using for IGCSE exam, right? So we do it like this one. If I apply for the okay, so this one we are done ready, right? So also this one also done, replicating also done. So easy for us. So if you think that you want to do the first row first, then you want to complete also can, or we complete everything, follow this one can. Okay, so this one we are not skipping, we're just making like make it easier. Okay, on the cell M5, right, they're asking to make a text display profit. Okay, if they are having a profit or more than zero, equal to or more than zero, and then if his profit is less than zero, then text should be played as a loss. So now this one we already know is a if condition, right? Okay, if condition statement. So we have to give a two condition, either loss or profit. So what we do, the value, right, the cell value, so we put it like if less than zero must show loss. We otherwise have to show profit. Okay, can write. So if let's say I put a profit, right, I have to put like the value is greater than equal than zero. So if loss means I just have to type just a lesser than zero. So quite easy, right? So this is what we are going to do. And then in the Excel, if you want to display a wording, right, so we have to use this, okay, for the quotation mark, so that it will display, otherwise it won't display. So this is what we are going to do, right? So here the indicator here, so should be that, okay, we use the if statement bracket. Okay, if the value in the L5, right, okay, L5 is less than 0, okay, then show okay, otherwise show profit. Okay, so then this one we do it until here. So you can see if less if is negative, it show loss. If it's positive and then above 0, so then it show the profit. So this one also we are done. Okay, so just remember the condition, right? Follow the question, what condition they asking to do, profit or loss, or like a grade, like a marks, right? If above 80 is 100, A, okay, above 70 to 879 is B, like that, for example. Just follow that condition. If there is only two condition, we use the if statement. If there is a three condition, right, okay, so let's say they say that, okay, if let's say if as, okay, like for profit, loss, and then like a balance, for example, no profit, no loss, for example, I just show, so then we use a if as statement. So this one is not necessary, we just have to do profit and loss. Okay, this one done. And then format the cell to have a black text and then red background if cell display loss, and then cell have a white text, and then see. So here you see, they have to do the conditional formatting. Why? We are doing formatting red or, okay, red or black background, but based on the text display, right? So with this one we call it as a conditional formatting. Okay, so now we do the formatting for the here. So let's say this is the values, all right. So we have to do the conditional formatting. So here new rules. So here is that is containing the word either is profit or loss, right? Okay, so now it doesn't have any value, so it have like a text we have already given is a profit or loss, right? So we put the specific text. So the specific text is that if it's contain profit, right, and then we do the formatting. So the formatting, the background color fill, right, so if it's profit means black background and then white text. Okay, so black background and then font is here, color is okay, color is white. Okay, then we press okay. So this is how it should be displayed, right? So then we press okay. So profit done, and then add another one for the loss. So again same format cell contain specific text, and then now it's a loss LOSS, and then format this one. Okay, so this one the background is red color and then black text as well. Okay, the font should be black color also. So this one done. Okay, and then press okay. So now we just check okay, black background, white text, black text, red background. So this one we are done. So this is how we should be show, right? Okay, so this one done ready, and then we check the thing. So everything here also followed, we have done. Okay, this one also done, and then place in evidence, right? Okay, so place in evidence for screenshot showing how you apply the formatting. So that will be under the, you click on the manage rules, this one. Okay, so this one, okay, just now we have done the two things, right? So you have to take the screenshot of this thing, so it will show that cell contain loss of profit, this one color. So we cannot do manually, we have to use the conditional formatting and then take the screenshot for the evidence. Okay, so this one done. Okay, format currency just now also we have done, right? So every month are completed. Okay, now print with the formula. Okay, print with the formula. Okay, we go for the file. Okay, we go for the print, right? Okay, before that, okay, so we show the formulas. So you go to the formula bar and then click on the show formulas. So then you can see everything is formulas are being shown, right? Okay, then we go for print. Okay, so now for the printing, right, they ask you to print the okay formula in the landscape orientation, and then row and column heading are displayed, and then the contents are fully visible. Okay, so this one should be landscape. Okay, and then okay, we have to show the row and column heading is on the page setup sheet, and then the row column heading. So press okay. Okay, and then now, so now if you see that okay, this one, right, if I want to print, so the question didn't ask you to specify like fit everything the content or not, they just say fully visible and then readable. Okay, so if I change the scaling, right, for example fit all the columns, right, so it will be in a single page like this. So when we print out, it might be not okay showing or the formula we cannot see fully visible. Okay, so for that we can use the no scaling as well. Okay, so if you want to print it like this, can, so it's not a mistake. Okay, because they didn't specify anything, right? So we can, if you want, we can adjust the sizes. Okay, so if you want to make it, don't want to like it go beyond so many pages, right? Okay, so we can do it like this one. You adjust first. Okay, so before you print, you make sure it's like everything is like not going too wider, because for formula one they didn't specify like have to fit in a single column like that or never. So we just do it like this. Okay, so you can see it will be in two pages, right? Still okay, as long as the formula I can read in the diagram. So this one for formula printing. Okay, once the formula printing are done, next will be we uncheck the formula thing. Okay, okay, and then now we have to print it in a normal data view. Okay, again we have to adjust the things all, because just now was in formulas, right? So now we back to the values. Okay, so this one we have to print one more time. Okay, so this one we have to check what they're asking to do. Print the spreadsheet showing the value, make sure print out in a single page. So this one they ask you to print out in a single page, so fit all columns in one page. Okay, so fit everything, and then okay, row column heading are not displayed. So row column heading are not displayed, so we have to uncheck this one. Okay, and then this is how it looks like when we want to print out. So you see, I didn't put any border or any grid line because they didn't ask for the grid line, so we no need to put it. Okay, so for example, if they ask to show the grid line, then only we have to use the grid line. Okay, but this question they didn't mention, right? So don't do it, so you might have lost mark because for printing we have to follow the exact for printing format. Okay, so that's all for the Excel spreadsheet. If you see that the steps are easy only, the formatting part, that one all don't make any mistake. The currency format, the display, everything must be followed. And the calculation part, okay, your exam will be have like two. One is easy like this one, another one will be a bit, you need to know how to use the like a VLOOKUP, this or not. So for Excel, you take time to read the question and then see what they're asking. For this question, it's quite easy, right? Just ask you to calculate the income all. If they ask you to do like a VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, okay, or if statement, right? Read the question and then you try to figure out how to do it in Excel way. Then you will know that how to do it. So for example, if you see here, right, it's 9 mark for conditional formatting this one, right, using the if statement all. So try to take your time and then look carefully just based on the question, the value they are given, see that what formula or how to do it. So you can keep on trying, and if you're finding error, right, just try until you get the right one. So it's nothing wrong, and then use the time wisely. 2 hours 50 minutes got 2 Excel, right? You can use up to 1 hour for one Excel. Okay, that's all. Thank you.